pero no me atrevo a textearte. Tú solo bailas en mi mente, mi amor. No hay nadie más con que prefiera bailar, aguanta y bailar. Como fuego iluminamos el cielo con nuestro amor. Aguanta y baila siempre. Baby, quiero nadar en tus palmas, no necesito sombra ni paraguas. Mi amor, me gusta cuando estamos ahí, está. Botella como será calentita y no tengo mucho que perder. Yo aguanta para mí, yo te enseño, baby, todo lo que te mereces, mami. No hay nadie más con que prefiera bailar, aguanta y bailar. Cuando agarro tu cuerpo nunca lo suelto, encima de mi baby siempre te siento, siempre te siento.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome. My members, Fun to be Blonde is here. Who else? Who else? Angie's in the house as well. Shout out to you guys. Who else do I have? Pumpkin, Mermaid. Shout out to all the nurses. Mermaid in the ICU. Shout out to everyone. Mimi is here. Christy, she says she got blocked by Bouzy. Christy, were you trolling? Be honest. Be honest. It's okay. We all do it every once in a while. Oh, thank you. It's Friday. You know, we should just welcome the weekend with a good mood, right? Laurel is here. Thank you, Saucy Sauce. Cheryl is here as well. Cheryl Ann, do the right thing. Shout out to you. Thank you for coming. My mom, Baby Shay. Baby Shay is here. Shout out to Baby Shay. Thank you, Pumpkin. Who else did I miss? I want to make sure I greet everybody. Nope. I just pulled out too. Oh, you know what? So this is a very interesting. I'm not going to go too long in here. We'll watch a little bit of Nate the Lawyer stuff, but I've been watching this and I said, man, this really piques my interest just a little bit. Just a little bit. You got blocked too for 52% disruptiveness, being disrupted. See, y'all need to stop. You guys are tearing this. You're destroying the internet for everybody, for mankind, apparently, including myself. Look. Bob Sentinel, I think that's how you say it, right? Bot Sentinel, not Bob. Bot Sentinel is a company that's owned by Chris Bouzy, okay? And why it's a big deal, let me see if I can share my screen with you guys. Here it is. It's a firm. Okay, so this is what I figured out. It's a firm, and essentially, this was a firm that was hired by Amber Heard. Yeah, they were hired by Amber Heard to figure out this misinformation. Oop, I just got a call, and I don't know why. Misinformation and anything that just basically to watch what people are saying. And it's a company specific. I think a lot of the clientele is from Twitter, so that's kind of their target audience. And I was like, nah, man, because I was listening to Nate the Lawyer, right? And I mean, not that I'm calling Nate the Lawyer a liar or anything like that, because I like Nate the Lawyer. I like Nate the Lawyer, Emily Baker, the lead attorney. These are YouTubers that I really enjoy watching, specifically because their commentary is so, based on logic, and they're hilarious, right? They're really good, you know, attorneys, number one, but also the way in which they deliver their content is something that I aspire a lot of us to do. Oh my gosh. See, and now you guys are saying that you guys were blocked. So you guys were blocked from Christopher Bouzy's site or Bot Sentinel? Well, anyway, so Bot Sentinel, so you guys understand, is a company that Christopher Bouzy started, right? And his whole target is I'm going to fight, misinformation, disinformation, targeted harassment. We believe Twitter users should be able to engage in healthy online discords without inauthentic accounts, toxic trolls, foreign countries, and organized groups manipulating the conversation. I think this is a really hot topic and button because, we do see a lot of people on YouTube say, well, that's a troll, and I'm always kind of curious to know, like, well, what do they classify as a troll? For me, it was Boozy's side. I'm not an Amber fan. He went really hard. So in his whole thing about trying to save the day, trying to save the internet, essentially, Bot Sentinel is a nonpartisan platform that tracks all accounts. I have a hard time thinking about something that's nonpartisan that tracks all accounts. I mean, we're already being tracked. You guys know that, right? Like, that's the reality of the internet. We're all being tracked. It's very hard to stay not being tracked, right? So this is their intro. They said, we track all accounts. The platform uses machine learning and artificial intelligence to classify Twitter accounts and adds the accounts to publicly available databases that anyone can browse. So I was like, well, what does all that look like, right? And then I pulled the report that they did on the Amber Heard, because this is public information as well. Yo, they outed a couple people here. Let me know if you guys see your account on this. So this is essentially the report. It's available online, right? Targeted trolling and trend manipulation. How organized attacks on Amber Heard and other women thrive on Twitter. Report. This was released, July 18th of 2022. There's the table. You guys can see this. What really got my attention was this right here. Yo, this right here. Y'all see, does anybody see the accounts? Are any of your guys' accounts here? Because look, sorry. Where did I go? Let me go back. Here it is. Okay, let's go back to zooming in. They literally used, trolls use tactics like copy pasta, copying and pasting duplicate content to amplify messaging and manipulate Twitter's trends. The goal in this case was to paint Amber Heard as a liar while painting Johnny Depp as an intelligent man who was telling the truth. So, whose account? I mean, are these all troll accounts? Is that what they're saying? This is what I didn't quite understand. Because these are pictures of people in there. And so essentially, like, some of these tweets read, Johnny Depp was smart in getting a Latina female lawyer on his team. No one knows how to bring up old shit better than a Latina. Ooh, okay. Johnny Depp was smart in getting a Hispanic Latina lawyer on his team. Oh my God, I just did that again. Damn it. My bad. So these are all repeated. They're not even retweets. They're repeated tweets from separate accounts. Look at this shit. This person by the name of Ray that has like a gun. And let me see if I'm making sure that I can show you guys. Thank you, Super Saucy, for the super sticker. All right, let me Ooh, ooh, ooh. No sound. Can you guys hear me now? Yeah, so a lot of this just there were repeat accounts. There were accounts that were copying and pasting the same tweet over and over. It wasn't like a retweet. It was just a copy and paste, period. Thank you. Hopefully you guys can hear me now. Yeah, I didn't mute. I just got off the screen. My bad, my bad. Let me see if I can show you guys this. Thank you, Super Softy, again for the super sticker. Perfect. Okay, you can hear me now. Perfect, perfect. So it was when I was looking at that report, it was just like repeated copied and paste tweets. It wasn't the same like a retweet, and it was different accounts. So where I was confused is Bot Sentinel saying that these were all trolls? Like what are they saying? I wasn't really sure. But let me go ahead and hit play so we can give some commentary to Nate the lawyer
Good
as he's
afternoon,
announcing
everyone.
this lawsuit.
How are you guys doing? Yes, I am lit because I was making sure I had everything together to be able to show you guys. So yes, hey, my name is Nate the lawyer, for those of you who don't know, and I got major updates on the Bouzy case. I got updates on the Tiffany Haddish case. I got updates everywhere. So it's, this is going to be an informative stream. So I want to let you guys know for the first 30 minutes, I'm going into the Bouzy stuff. I'm going to show you what I've spent money on already. I'm going to show you what we've already got back. I'm going to show you where we're going with this. So you will have, as far as an update of where we're at, where we're going, and what we are doing. The legal team is already on everything on the legal end. We have private investigators doing something on the private investigation end. So, I always feel, if we're gonna do it, let's do it right and let's get it all together. First things first, I need to ask, or actually I don't need to ask. I want to make a quick statement and say first, thank you so much, everyone, for having my back. Thank you for being a part of this community, and thank you for seeing things for what they are. Now I got to be careful for what I say, because if I say anything wrong, it'll be clipped and put in like, oh, Nate said this, Nate said that. So but that's fine. That's just all part of the game. So let me first let everyone know, if you're new and you don't know anything that's going on here, let me explain to you what's happening. So there is someone on Twitter named Christopher Bouzy. He's a CEO of, I think, Bot Sentinel. He's a CEO, owner, and I think president of Bot Sentinel. It seems to be a one-man show. But Bot Sentinel was coming after LawTube. So it was coming after each and every one of us. But Bot Sentinel, unfortunately, and Christopher Bouzy wanted to start defaming us, trying to hurt our businesses, that type of thing. And we're lawyers. So what do? We said, okay, let's see what we can do to stop this person. Now, Mr. Bouzy has made some horrible accusations against me, which is all fine. Generally, I would just overlook it. But it was kind of like, all right, since this guy wants to go this route, let's see how far we can go with this. So Mr. Bouzy, unfortunately, didn't expect that we would have so much support for our endeavor, and it seems like he's looked like he's kind of freaking out. So if you look at his timeline, most of it's about me, but most of my timeline's about him. So that's also fair. So that's essentially what's happening. So we have multiple causes of action that we're considering, and now we also have multiple people who may be joining in for the cause of action. So let me explain to you what's been going on behind the scenes. Number one, why I asked for the amount I asked for, what we've already gotten, what we've already paid for, and where we should be by next week, Monday. All right, that's fair. So the first 30 minutes of this will be that. Then we're going to be switching over to Rockfin, and we go out, do our little silly stuff over there, and then and watch videos and stuff over there. But we'll be ending the YouTube stream and going to there. But the Rock.
And by the way, just so you guys are aware, he did a GoFundMe for the lawsuit. A lot of people donated. I think it was a little over 25K. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it's a little over 25K for this lawsuit in order to move it forward. Clearly, LawTube, right, feels very strongly about this situation, and there was a lot of defamation that was happening from Bot Sentinel's side. But let's go ahead and keep watching.
Rockfin stream will have nothing to do with the Bouzy stuff. None of the Bouzy stuff will be on there. It will be here. Let me start with this PowerPoint that I actually created for today, and I gotta upload it to, which I should have done earlier, but I forgot. You have to upload these live streams to what's it called? What's the name of this? StreamYard. So there it is. Let me upload these so you guys can see it. Here we go. All right. So here we go. All right. And I will be getting to your super chats ASAP. So everyone understands where we're at. Let me add this to the live stream. So whenever you're suing somebody, you first got to know, who are you suing, right? Who am I suing? Who is this guy? I don't know this guy from anywhere, right? I just know Bouzy's, Bot Sentinel. I know his Twitter's got his back, but I just don't know who he is. So that's the first question, because again, we are planning to sue him and sue his company. So we kind of have to figure out who the hell he is, who the hell this company is, and what's going on, right? Because if you don't know, you don't want to sue somebody who doesn't have anything or is not worth suing, right? So you have to kind of figure out what you're getting into. So we've been doing that. The first thing, local private investigators. So yes, we've hired local private investigators to look at Mr. Bouzy, to see what's going on, what's the background, what are we getting into when it comes to Mr. Bouzy. Again,
I love how he breaks this down, and I'll tell you why. Because I feel like we throw this word of lawsuits on YouTube a lot, with very little follow through, with a whole lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, not necessarily knowing what the other person has to sue, or what they're worth, or what's in their, in their background. So I love that he's breaking this down for us. I think the other thing to kind of keep in mind is, like, even when you look at this report where Bot Sentinel talks about, this trolling, this academic, he called it the trolling prominent academic, right? Where what they do essentially is try to target the trolling, but then also in return, they're doing it as well to everyone else, right? Like, if you think about it, if lawyers can't have an opinion about actual cases that are happening, and they're trying to stop, I don't know, information. I mean, it's the same. Like, you're doing the same damage to just about everyone, right? By censoring them. But let's keep watching.
And know your enemy, right? You got to know who this is. So we've hired this firm. This is the retainer agreement with this firm to do the initial background check. And it costs $250. Now, what this background check does is get us all criminal, all things that are local. This is not really going online, but this is all local stuff, right? This is all local stuff. They're going to the courthouses and saying, "Hey, where's this?" They're doing all this online stuff. So this is the first part. And this is their retainer agreement that we signed. Now, here is the $250 that I sent through Venmo. Now, you can send them to PayPal, Venmo, you can pay with a credit card, but I just chose Venmo because it was just easier for me at that time. So here's the receipt of me sending the $250 through Venmo. And the context name of the PI's name is Dan Winters, who they assigned me from this firm. And just a clearer picture of it so you guys can see it. It's $250. So that's the initial $250 just to start that process. Now, they have produced an initial report for us. And this initial report is extremely comprehensive. So we kind of now know everything from his past. Like, Mr. Bouzy has had a lot of things in court that were pretty interesting on the civil end. So we have all that. We have extremely comprehensive report. We know who Mr. Bouzy is. We know everything. We essentially know everything. And there's a part 2 of this report that we haven't been given that's coming out soon. So this was the online version of the report, and then we have the second version of the report. And again, this is all the criminal stuff and all that stuff, because again, we need to know who the hell this person is that we're dealing with, just in case. Here's the table of contents for the report. And again, I just wanted to show you this to show you how extensive it is. I'm talking about it goes to every single thing. And Mr. Bouzy can do the same thing to me, right? He can go and
Oh my God. Yo, like, they have, let me put this picture down real quick. They literally, and you guys can't really see it here, but they have this man's professional license, bankruptcy records, 1 found, liens, none found, thank God, judgments. What else? U.S. business affiliations 7, U.S. corporate affiliations 3. I mean, these are just the numbers that we have on on Bouzy, right? Bouzy bucks. That's what Nate the lawyer throws out, Bouzy bucks. Possible employers 6, 19 addresses found, 19.5. I mean, shoot, one, at least driver's information, one found. This is, they gave him like a table of contents for Mr. Bouzy, and I could see his middle name in here as well. Oh my God, for license investigator purpose only. This, talk about a deep dive on somebody's life. Like, this is crazy, man. But if you're going to sue somebody, I mean, this is exactly what you would want, right?
Go and pay the money and do the same thing to me. But I'm just letting you know, with your money, I'm making sure we dot our T's, dot our T's, we dot our I's and cross our T's. We want to know who this person is, what they are doing, and why they are doing it. Exactly. Now, obviously, we want to know about the crypto scams. Obviously, we want to know about all that stuff that you guys have been talking about. Just because people say it, can we verify it? And that's been the issue now. We want to know if we can verify all the stuff that we've been hearing. And it's not that we don't trust you, but I want to make sure I have the proof. Before you allege something to somebody, you got to have the proof to back up this is what it is. Let me get these super chats. Boozy Bucks. Let me get this. Boozy Bucks. Given that man the beating, his pops didn't set him straight. It's going to be fun. Jokes aside, much love from Greece. Hope all is good. Thank you so much. Boozy Bucks from Eric Hudley, $10. Hey, we have a new member, Sandy. Thank you for becoming a member. Amara, thank you for becoming a member. Tacombs, thank you for becoming a member. Jameson, 2012. Check your DMs for some fun stuff, Nate. I shill your fundraiser on other streams. Thank you so much, Jameson. Maverick says, one thing I learned from Perry Mason and Matlock, even great lawyers need private investigators. Of course. You got to go in and get everything, right? You got to know. Why would you sue somebody who you don't know who they are? You got to know. So it's 101. 101. I would be wasting your money. Listen, people, I want to make it very sure. I would be wasting your time and money if I didn't do this pre-litigation stuff. If I didn't go and say, who's this person? What's being involved in? What's the past?
You kind of have to appreciate that kind of a breakdown, right? Like you have to. We know what he's going to be doing with the money. We know how he's using it. He said he hired a private investigator, and they got him this whole breakdown of who Bouzy is, right? I think it's important. So I do appreciate it. At least I feel like, okay, if I donate to the GoFundMe, I know where this money's going to go. Absolutely. Now, Angie, my member, says, is he a breach of the GDPR by having data without my permission? As in the UK, he can end up in a massive fine for that. And I believe that would stand for the General Data Protection Regulation. Is that what you mean as we're spelling this out? Which essentially, protects information, right? I don't know. He's not putting it out there. He's just showing the front sheet. Like, he's not, I don't think he's doxing the man per se, in my opinion. But I could be wrong. I don't know. What do you guys think? But it shows a lot. Like, he literally got an investigator and got a breakdown. I think he said, Bouzy can do the same on him as well, on Nate. So could go either way, right? All right, let's keep going.
It just doesn't make sense to do this without knowing your opponent. You just got to do it. And again, I also want to make it very clear. I'm not making any of this public, right? This report has everything you need to know, right? I'm not making this report public. I would never do that. And I do want to make this point. No matter, I know some people are like, oh, you should just make it public. Make it public. Don't just, do it because he said this. He said these horrible things about you. I need people to understand this. You cannot accomplish good by doing evil. I don't care what Mr. Bouzy is saying about me at this point in time. It doesn't matter. It will not make me give out his personal information and dox him or anything like that. That is just not going to happen, right? Even no matter what he does, he can do it to me all he wants, but I will not become the evil I'm trying to stop. It just won't happen. And if he wins it, so be it. But I need to, when I walk out on the other side, I want to just walk out and say, I did everything I legally could, lawfully could. And, if the law is on my side, thank God. If it's not, then we move forward, right? Because that is what it's about. And no one should be harassing this by, like, I know he said somebody was threatening to kill. That's like, those things are ridiculous. This is the process. Now, the process is expensive. It's time consuming. It's something that people don't want to do. But I must say, we are going through the process. That is why you donated to that legal fund. because we're going to go through the process one step at a time. And this is what Mr. Bouzy doesn't want. He doesn't want somebody to do this, to go through the process, to expose this stuff. But we are going to do it. But we're going to do it in an ethical way and in a manner that doesn't put him or his family in danger. Because at the end of the day, this is what it is. This is trying to stop somebody from doing this evil stuff, right? From stop harassing people, from stop, doing the things that he's doing. Like, he's harmed so many people, and we want to stop that, but we want to stop it within the bounds of the law, and want to stop.
Tell me what you guys think, what he's saying in there. And then Angie responds by saying, anyone that sells or collects data from Europe or UK individuals must delete data on request, and Bouzy blocks you when you ask him to. Oh, and people were saying earlier, was it Christine and somebody else was saying that they had been blocked by Bouzy as well. Nate has been super careful to not breach YouTube terms with personal information of Bouzy and paperwork dealing with this case. I would agree. I think he's being very careful. I think he's giving the people what they're wanting, right? Because everybody's kind of making commentary of the situation. And he said so himself. I want to do this ethically within the bounds of the law, which, I mean, we can all appreciate that, right? Because you already know how YouTube functions. YouTube, everybody makes up their own rules here. That's how it works sometimes.
Stop it ethically. Putting out his information publicly would not accomplish that at all. Let me get some more of these super chats. But before we get this, here is the information. These are the full report that we got on Bouzy. So we have all this, and again, this is just part one of the report that we got from this company. So we have it. So we have like, all these documents, and we do have it. Also, we've hired social media online private investigators, which we'll go into next. Let me get some of these Bouzy bucks. Oh yeah, thank you again, Maverick. Addie became a new YouTube member. Thank you, Addie. Thank you for becoming a member. Bouzy bucks. Thank you, SpongeBob SquareBalls. 20 and Bouzy bucks.
I do think it's funny when he yells Bouzy bucks. Absolutely. Thank you. Yes. Oh, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook, follow us on IG. And I think we're still looking for the link on iPhone for membership if anybody's interested in joining the membership. I did bring this, thank you, Saucy, for becoming a new member. I brought this whole thing to the members, and I said, I'm just curious because, we talk about people trolling and targeted and all this other crap, but this is actual, like, this is a firm that dedicates themselves to do that. And I didn't know that such firms exist. I mean, I did, but I just didn't know that, Amber Heard had hired one for the, reporting of. And so then there's this report out there on the internet that talks about it. I'll probably put it on membership so you guys can check it out, because this is pretty interesting in my opinion. But let's go.
Oops, this is Astrid. Hello, Nate. I don't have PayPal to donate. I do it like this. Oh, well, listen, I'm here. I'm not doing the reason why I'm just doing everything from the fundraiser, because whatever from that fundraiser is there, it's going into, it's going to lawyers and all this, and that's it, right? So here, I don't want to be able to segregate it. So, I'm sorry, I don't know if I can even give you back this 20 if you really want to go, but it's just tough to segregate. So any super chats are not going to the legal fund, because it's just, I want it to just be very there, and everybody sees the amount I'm getting, everybody sees the amount I'm paying to everyone, and it's just clean. But thank you so much for donating, and I'll see if I can massage it some way. But I really don't want to start, having donations in multiple places, because then it gets hard to keep track of, and I just want to make it as simple as possible. But thank you so much to help for creators. Thank you so much. Thank you for the $5 in Bouzy bucks. Legal writing to SIF Pro 101. Go get them. Thank you, John. Thank you, John O'Brien. Good luck with the lawsuit. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you. Hopefully it'll we can get them. Hopefully we can get them. Bot Sentinel is emailing people about this and asking for donations. I suspect so. Because he knows it's coming. Thank you, LNG, for the Bouzy bucks. Well done, Nate. You are my new hero. Thank you, Katie. But we haven't done yet. We're just getting started. We are literally just getting started. So I want to let everybody know where your money is already gone, because we're just getting started. Bouzy bucks, please take down the censorship bullies. We were going to try to. $10. We're going to try to. 25 Canadian says, go get them, Nate. I'll always support a good cause. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And hopefully this will be a good cause. Preach. I've been following.
I love to see the support that he's getting. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's great. I think that what he's doing is trying to kind of set a ground to the situation. Like, you can't censor people, especially on a public case of what's what happened with Amber Heard and Johnny Depp and all that other stuff. I mean, the defamation that's even happening with LawTube, right? Like, even implicating them in certain things is just not okay to do whatsoever. And so what really interests me is if people want to throw lawsuits for defamation, right, mama? People want to throw lawsuits for defamation out there and don't really necessarily, or might even have a case for it. I mean, if you look at the difference between what's happening here to what happens on YouTube every day, it's different. It's different.
Following you on LawTube for years, especially Rackets, and then Mexit Group for 2 years. It is insane that the two have crossed. Thank you. 50 Bouzy bucks. Woo, Bouzy bucks for the cause. Thank you. And Bouzy bucks has been threatening to sue the people he blocked on Twitter. 200K. Oh yeah, that was crazy. I saw that. This guy's been acting insane. So now let me get back to this. And thank you guys again. Thank you guys for all the Bouzy bucks. Oops. And thank you guys for all the Bouzy bucks. I really, really, really appreciate it. Let me just clear these. So because I know I got them already. Don't get caught up. And this one, Bouzy bucks has been threatening. Yep, we got that one. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much. So now let's get to this.
Pumpkin, let me highlight your comment. This is a difference between somebody saying, and Nate the lawyer is a lawyer, right? Like, he's not. I'm sure he could probably handle. He is hiring other people. He hired a private investigator. He's having this. He's explaining this to case. He's very careful. He doesn't want to let out too much as far as what he knows. This is an example of transparency in a fucking hiring of an attorney. You notice how they're breaking this down? You notice how he's taking that into account. He's saying, guys, the super chats aren't going to go to that. The GoFundMe will. To me, that makes me feel a little bit better about, let me donate to this cause, because I can trust the man that's holding this platform and saying what he's going to do with the money. And then he's going to give us updates. Now, we know that lawsuits are slow, so it's definitely not going to be a daily update, but we know where the money's going to go. So yes, Pumpkin, definitely love your comment.
So the second thing we did with some of the funds that we got was hire social media online private investigators. Now, why did we do that? Well, it was important that we do that. Oh, let me take this down. Sorry. It was important that we do that because I've been inundated, and I mean inundated, by people sending me stuff from social media all over the place, right? Social media this, social media this, from crypto to a dating website and an escort service and all these various companies. So his social media footprint is so extensive. So we need a professional, somebody who we can trust to go in and say, okay, what is going on here? Can you put it together? Can you make sense of all this? Because, it's weird to say each and every one of you as individuals knows, personally knows what you know, but I don't, I don't know. I haven't been dealing with this guy. So what we do, we get social media private investigators to not only verify what we've been told, but then also see if there's other stuff out there that we do not know, right? We want to know, we want to find out what we don't know. So in that vein, this is the company that we hired. Now, we also had to find a company that possibly could testify if we go to court, because if they find something that's crazy, we wanted them to go testify if we can find them in court. So here is the company. If I still have it up, do I still have it up? No, not that. Oh, yeah, there it is. I'm like, boy, I'm dumb. So this is Social Sleuth. Now, again, anybody can use the service. This service is not at stream. This service is not unique just to me. Anyone could use the service. I was recommended the service by some other lawyers. They have a video on what they do from 2000, and what they do is essentially They're a risk management professional service and a PI service for online. So here's their chief executive founder. They've gone over 500. They've helped Fortune 500 companies. Like, this is probably one of the top services you can get in online PR services. These are the people who you want to kind of figure out. I want to know everything, right? I want to know everything, because we're not playing games here, right? We're not playing games. We're talking about suing this guy. So we need to know everything, and we need to have a great picture of everything. Right? We need to have a great picture of everything. So that's why we hired them. And they have solutions for law firms, social research on jury selection. They do it all, right? Private white label detectives. So Social Sleuth is who we hired to do this comprehensive background search. Now, I do want to say this to you people. Now, I am very frugal with other people's money, right? I'm very frugal with other people's money. So what I want to do is I want to try to get the most value I can out of this pre-litigation research, and just not be frivolous with your money, because a lot of times people, I'm still flush with cash, so that's why this. So I'm being very strategic in what we want social media, because he's been heavy on social media. We want background. He's been heavy on background, and then we want to know everything that's happening between those two. And that's what this social media company, that's what this is a social media company, that's what this private investigation company is going to do for us. So let me go to let me add this back. So you saw the company Social Sleuth. This is they've invoiced me. So it was $750. Now they do have a bigger package, what they call essentially a deep dive package. But what I did is say, well, we don't need the deep dive package, right? We need to just find out kind of the basics. And then if we need more, then we'll pay for the deep dive package. But again, I wanted to be frugal and say, well, let's give us enough where I want to hear everything we got. And if there's more, then we'll pay for more.
Attention to details. My God, I freaking love it. He says, so the receipt, actually, it's an invoice for digital forensic services, initial research, and documentation. I love that. I mean, Social Sleuth. I'm even looking up at the company just to kind of get some information. I mean, he's letting the people know what's up, where the money is going. He's doing his research. He is not new. He is true to this, period.
Let us know. So I'm assuming he has an extensive social media history, and that we're going to have to pay for the premium service. But I wanted to start at the lesser service because we may not have to. So remember, every penny saved is better, right? It's better, especially if we're going to have to litigate. Here is me paying essentially with your dollars for that service. So we had $250 for the local private investigator, because the private investigator was from New Jersey, from where he's at, right? It's best to get local private investigators because they know exactly what's going on. This is the social media part of it. So this is me paying for it. You see the receipt right here. This is literally the receipt of me paying for it. And I want to make also clear that there may be more pre-litigation costs for private investigators. Again, if we need to go deeper into the social media aspect of it, and deeper into the online aspect of it, because Mr. Bouzy's extensive social media history. If we go to court, we're also going to need these people to maybe swear under oath that they've done these checks and this is what they found, and so forth and so forth. So I want to let everyone know the current pre-litigation cost for the private investigators is about $1,000. It could go up to about $1,500 to maybe $2,000, but I'm trying to keep it as low as possible. Right? So this is what we're trying to do. So this is what it is now. For the social media report, and before we get to lawyer, now for the social media report, after I sanitize it, I will be releasing it to you because I think you deserve it. You paid for it. That social media report is going to be extremely extensive. I'm going to sanitize that report before I release it. So I'm not going to release any of his personal information, but you will see, and you'll have a clear picture of everything. Generally, it come out to, they said maybe like right now, I think there's up to 75 pages or something like that. So when that report comes out, I'm going to release it. But now the problem is I cannot release it here on YouTube. That's not gonna happen, because then you'll have the bots flooding me and false flagging me, and I can't release it on Twitter because they'll suspend my account. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to release it on Locals. Locals is, you don't have to pay for Locals. You can just only got to sign up and just go to my Locals account. It's the link is in the description. Just sign up, click, join locals. You don't have to pay. You do not. I want to make sure you do not have to pay anything, right? Just sign up. And with that, I'll post the full social media report. And if we get the deep dive, the full deep dive there. So now when people say, hey, this, hey, that, hey, this, oh, he did crypto, he did this. No, you'll know exactly what it is because you'll have the complete thing. You'll have it just like we do. So you'll have the complete background. Every little thing that's been going on, with all these different companies, you will have it. It will be totally there. That's it. You'll have it totally. You will not have to worry about any of that. It's going to be there. But again, so just so we're clear, when this company gives us the full thing, we'll sanitize it and we'll give it out. The personal background, that's not going out to anybody. That's not going out to anybody. I'm not that's going to be private. We're going to hold it for litigation. That's not going out to anybody.
And I believe by sanitizing means redacting information. Anything that needs to be redacted will probably be taken out, right? Because, he's not trying to get in trouble. He's not trying to release information that doesn't need to be released to the public, right? But let me know what you guys think. I personally love it. Are you blocked? I have a feeling I might be after today. I'm not blocked. I went into his Twitter. And he does have a timeline of Nate. Like he does not like Nate, which I'm like, I don't get it. But you come out here, with guns blazing. What do you think is going to happen?
So you guys know. So again, if you guys want that information, it'll be now. I'm assuming people are going locals and then share. You can do whatever you want with it, but I've got to protect this channel and I got to protect Twitter. And I know it's actually not that well. I can't. I wouldn't be able to release it on YouTube anyway. But that's where I can just upload the document and you can get it. So and I'll see if and for other documents and other things, I'll also be downloading them there too. And so you guys can also have those documents there too, right? So a lot of those documents, I'll try to see if I can make it separate documents so you guys can also have those documents too. So you guys don't have to worry about like, oh, okay, Nate put this up, Nate put this up, Nate put this up. So you'll have it. So now you guys know exactly what I did with that initial $1,000, right? Who the hell are we suing? And who the hell is this guy? Who the hell is this guy? Now we're going to know who this guy is. So
Pumpkin. So I just checked my Twitter. I'm blocked. I just got blocked. I've been blocked by Bouzy. What did I do? We've been blocked. Took him less than 2 minutes to block me. So sure you'll be. He blocked me. I'm blocked. I'm looking at Twitter right now and I am blocked officially. I've been blocked. Damn it. That was quick though, Angie. I didn't even get to say, hey, what's up? Like I didn't even get to email the man. He just whatever. I think he's watching everybody on YouTube, making sure. Listen, I didn't even get to the chop. I just got blocked. Period. Like I said Nate's name. So immediately if you say Nate's name on YouTube, you're blocked? Damn. No forgiveness, no mercy? My goodness.
Just so we can recap, personal background check, local PI, they've already took care of that. Part 1 is already done. Part 2, they're going to bring back to us. When that's good, we'll be good. That's already going to the lawyers. Part 2, the social media background check, a little bit more extensive, about 75 pages, as it is right now. That hasn't come out yet, but they said it should take another full 2 weeks just to make sure we get everything. That report will be sanitized and will be given out to you, so there won't be any more questions. So now, when you see somebody say crypto scam, you get somebody say this, you'll be like, no, we got the full report. We know exactly what happened, right? Perfect. Now, for our attorney, let's look for our lawyer. Now, our lawyer is Ron, the man, Coleman. Here he is. Boom.
I love this.
Now, Ron Coleman is a fantastic litigator from a major law firm here in New York, and he's taken our case, and he, this is what he does. This is what he does. So, if you want to look at some of Ron's credentials, I'll show you. Now, I know a lot of people are like, Nate, you're not playing around. I'm like, no, we're not playing around, right? We said we're going to do this. We're going to do it, right? And if you guys are paying us to do it, we're going to be careful with your money, right? And we're going to do exactly what needs to be done to make sure that things get done, right? I don't want to be frivolous with your money. I want to be very, very careful with your money, and I want to get things done. So this is the way we're getting it done. Let me see. Where is this real quick? 1 second, people. I think I'm going to close the tab. I did. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
This is so crazy, guys.
I'm an idiot.
I really cannot believe I'm blocked.
All right. Now it's here. Boom. All right. So let me let you see who our attorney is. This is who's going to be representing us, people, and this is one of the best attorneys in the state of New York. Ron is amazing. He's an amazing guy, an amazing attorney. Here's the website for Ron. So this is Ron Coleman. Extremely extensive history. Here is some of his awards, just so you can see. He's been super lawyer so many times. Super lawyer is like when you're a top lawyer in a particular area. He's Project Veritas' defamation suits, which Project Veritas and everything. So here are all his awards. Ron is like the top of the top. He has all his reviews. Now people are saying, well, this is a top name law firm and blah 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 blah. But I say this: if we're in it, we're fucking in it, right? Do you want to have somebody who's iffy, or do you want to have somebody who knows what the fuck they're doing, right? And that's where we're at right now, right? I thought if we're serious about this, we get somebody who we know what the fuck they're doing. And
you gotta appreciate somebody who can say it just like that. You have to have somebody who knows what the fuck they're doing, period. That's it. You have to hire the best of the best, right? If they're a great litigator, whatever they can do it.
And Ron does. Ron knows what he's doing. So, let's not play any games. Let's just go and get it, right? Let's go and get it. But now you guys can say, well, Nate, you went to a website. Well, even though I personally know Ron, you guys can say, well, Nate, you just went to a website, right? You just went to a website he got. But now, how do you know that how do you know that we have hired Ron? Well, here it goes. This is the first part of our, make it bigger. So this is our retainer agreement. I blacked out my address, but this is our retainer agreement. And this is why I was raising $30,000, because the retainer agreement says a $5,000 initial deposit and $25 is the normal retainer for litigation costs. Now, I also want to make very clear, right?
Do you guys see how Nate showed us the retainer agreement? He redacted the information that needed to be redacted. Why can't that be done with other people that are raising funds for retainer attorneys and all that other stuff? Very simple. Something like that would suffice, I believe, right? We know who the attorney is. Who else? I mean, clearly it's not like we're going to go out and call the attorney and make sure. No, the attorney doesn't have to answer the phone. It doesn't matter if they get a gazillion calls. They have a choice. They know that whatever case makes it on social media is going to be a social media case that people are watching, that you have a shitload of crazy YouTubers that report on stuff. Of course, like, come on now. This is a simple retainer. Information that we should know is redacted, period. That's it, right? Beautiful.
Generally, a lawsuit like this, if we do go to litigation, it may cost more. And I need you guys to understand, it may cost more. Now, if you guys want to continue to give after this point or don't give, I understand, right? We can only go as far as really you guys want us to take this, right? So if you guys want to go, we can go. If you guys don't want to go, but I wanted to at least make sure we got the process started and see how far we can go. Now, I'm assuming we can raise more but I wanted to make sure that we had enough to make sure we are where we need to be. And that's what we needed to be. And we've essentially got to that point. Now, the way we're cutting back costs is because I personally am doing a lot of the background work, like you're saying. I'm doing all this other background stuff to try to cut down on litigation costs. But we want the best, and we don't want to bullshit, right? If you want to bullshit, we could have not even done this, and we could just be fighting on Twitter all day. Oh, Twitter. or we go hard, right? So this is going hard. And the thing is that there's so many of us that I think we can go hard. So yeah, so just to be clear, $30,000 is the start. And I just want to be very clear. That could be it, right? We can just need $30,000. It can have a great resolution to this, or it could be part one. We just don't know. So I just wanted to let everybody know $30,000 is the initial start cost, and the $25 for litigation, because we said we're going to litigation, right? We have a plan to go to litigation, so that's it.
What do you guys think? And it sounds like Nate went live today and he talked about how they sent the first cease and desist letter. Let me see if I can find that real quick. This is going to be interesting. I mean, guys, I like, not that I love lawsuits, but I like watching lawsuits. I like the litigating part back and forth. I love to see how people kind of strategize and everything. But Nate has been on it. I mean, he's been giving everybody updates. Here we go. Was it this one right here? The man is on it, man. The man is on it. All right, let me see. Here we go. At least a little bit of an update. What's going on? What is going on?
Is drafted. Just need me to set. I thought I responded to you in the DM, Jameson, but you can just go to my about section on YouTube and send it to that email there, and I'll get it. Thank you, Jameson. The email in the about section. This is your verbal warning. If you're late again, I'm going to have to write you up. So remember the other case where Bouzy was, because Bouzy right now, to be honest with you, is right in the middle of a lawsuit. He's in the middle of a defamation suit with Goodman. I think his name is Jason Goodman. So let's not be confused. Bouzy's in the middle of a defamation suit. And that was the one we were watching where, remember, we pulled the documents to see what was going on with the process server. And next thing you know, this guy's running around like he was trying to avoid the process server, running around, calling the cops on the process server and saying, I was never served. So he's in that lawsuit. So this whole his whole bravado of sue me, I have the money to sue me. Well, you're already in a suit, and we saw how you acted there, right? So we're going to serve him, and let's see if he really wants to be served so bad. We'll serve him, and we're going to see where it goes.
Oh my gosh, what do you guys think? I mean, I'm just like, all right, let's get to it. Let's start the lawsuits.
So let me start with the CD, then we'll look at some of the funnier stuff, and then we'll move on. So now, where's the cease and desist? Again, all the documents. Now, people keep asking me this question. Why am I using locals? Why go to there for the documents? Number one, it's just the easiest place that we can dump all the documents where we won't have to worry about all these other stuff from Twitter, from all this other stuff, right? We can just drop the documents and it's always good there. Second, all the documents will be in one place. So like, for instance, the bankruptcy complaints up there, the CD is going to be up there, the social media background stuff is going to, like, all that stuff is just going to be there, and you guys can just download it. The next thing I want to make sure, it is 100% free. So it says sign up with your Google account. You click on that button, it gives you an account under your Google name, and you download whatever documents you want for free. You don't have to sign up for anything. Now, some people do like to sign up because you'll see, like, I drop like sometimes 4 or 5 or 6 different videos that I'm going to put on YouTube, and people like to see the previews of the videos. Like right now, the members and all these people, they've watched videos that I'm going to be uploading next week. Right? There's videos that I still haven't uploaded from last week that they've already seen. So that's the membership gets you all of that. Sometimes you'll see rough cuts, some videos that I liked, some videos that I didn't like, and I'll put it up anyway just so they can see it, but not the whole entire public. So that's what you get with the members. False. So that's what you send the cease and desist for. You send it to them to say, hey, here is why the things that you're saying is false. Now you absolutely know they're false, and now we need you to stop saying them and retract what you said before, because you now know the truth. So it's always
so definitely. Rabbit, once this goes forward, maybe you can pull documents that do the same commentary and maybe legal jargon and education, because I plan to. And this is just kind of me touching it a little bit. I did contact Nate, the lawyer, a little bit, and just, because I like to kind of collab. a little bit and find out a little, maybe there's some more information that we're not knowing, and I would love to give some more kind of commentary to it. I haven't even looked at anything legal. I'm literally just looking at who the parties and who the players are at this point. And knowing Nate because of YouTube is a little bit different, right? The Bouzy guy is just somebody that just kind of came up. I wasn't even truly aware of everything that was going on with him until then reading that report kind of really lets you down to it. I'm Pumpkin. I would love it. I mean, if the man is down, you guys know that I would totally interview Nate the lawyer. Would love that. It'd be awesome. But I'm kind of curious to know too, kind of like what could this case set something forward as far as like YouTube and Twitter and social media and what can happen. Like, I have a hard time in my head processing this, right? We don't want to censor a lot of stuff on YouTube. We shouldn't, right? We have to be very, very careful. But also, like, what is then that middle ground? Because then you have this person, Bouzy, who says, well, I have a firm and I fight misinformation. Well, yeah, but you're also misinforming people, right? Like, here I am just doing commentary and content, and I'm checking my Twitter and I'm already blocked from the Bouzy camp. You know what I'm saying? Isn't that kind of weird? Like, why would you block somebody for giving commentary on your shit? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. And again, this is just thinking about the CND, right? And his innate explanation of it. I mean, it's out there. Let's see kind of what happens, right?
Always a part of the process, even if it's not required. Now, some places you don't need you to require, like New Jersey, we could have just filed. But the reason why is we want to make your case as strong as possible, right? Make it seem like you're being given goodwill, right? And saying, hey, here is an opportunity for you to take it down. Now, most smart people would say, do I spend thousands of dollars in litigation? Because we've already seen the other side has already raised that much money. Or do we cut our losses, do the retractions, and not spend a dime, right? And just go, right? Which one do you take? Well, I think I'm going to take spending thousands of dollars I don't have to fight a lawsuit. Okay. Some people choose the violence. He's chosen to fight. So it's cool. So that is what the cease and desist is for. So now there's no excuse of, I didn't know. When you say certain things that are false, and now that you know they're false, now if you continue to say them again, it's clearly defamation. So let's go into the CD. Now, obviously, you guys know. Now, for some reason, Bouzy is trying to make this like a political issue. Let me put this on the screen. Bouzy's trying to make this a political issue. And what do I mean by that? Well, he's trying to make it seem like that because Ron voted for Trump, that automatically means that I'm a MAGA Republican. Now, for those of you who follow my channel.
Oh, no, not the Republican, not the MAGA Republican. Come on now. Why does it always have to be political? Why can't we just argue and just have it be an argument? Angie says some mainstream media and celebs have used Bot Sentinel services, so this could be a big thing. It could be. I would like to know who their clientele. I mean, I don't know if they've necessarily promoted out there, but are there people out there that have hired, like big names that have hired, okay, and we don't even know whatsoever? Absolutely. Sloth says, what's up, party peeps? Stopping by in a few. I'll catch a whole stream later. Welcome, Sloth. Welcome. Nate, though. Yo, it's going down. You're gonna have to watch the replay on that. It's just the whole situation is just weird. But why does it always have to be? Why does it always have to be like political? It can't send the president. It can't. The president's for this situation. Oh, yes, Meghan Markle. Amber Heard hired him. Oh, Pumpkin. Meghan Markle, too? Oh, I see. I didn't even know that.
My channel for all these years, not even for all these years, for the past, since the last presidential election. You guys know who the hell I voted for, right? Matter of fact, I took so much shit. But one thing I will say, thank you to the MAGA Republicans and thank you to the conservatives, because a lot of my group were conservatives. They didn't bail when I told them I'm voting for Biden, that I wasn't going to vote for Trump, right? They still watch my stuff, right? They were tolerant. They were like, okay, we have a political disagreement, no problem, right? And I'll say this though, that's, whenever I argue against, I say Trump is bad, I say Trump is, and those people don't just fly away and leave. They sit here, we argue our points, and we agree to disagree. I'll say, hey, what he did here is a piece of S. They'll say, no, Nate, you don't know what you're talking about. We argue, we yell at each other, and you know what we do at the end? We shake each other's hands, maybe go have a beer, and that's it. That's the way this channel is. It's agree to disagree, right? It's agree to argue. We love each other. That's why we argue. And the fact of the matter is that we know that we're all not going to. That's why if you look at most of my comments, the one thing that you hear a lot is, Nate, I don't agree with everything you say, but I enjoy the conversation. And that's what it's about. So just for him to keep saying that I'm this monster Trump supporter, I'm a literally, he's trying to say I'm a pro-choice Biden voting Trump supporter. What? And now because I hired Ron, who happens to be a Trump supporter, that in turn what? So next time you hire an attorney, you got to find out who that attorney voted for.
Oh
That's
my
what he's asking.
God, no
Tell
way.
Ron to keep his current cover pick. Let's see Bouzy speechless. Bouzy Bucks. Andreas, thanks for becoming a new member. I just sent it to you. Hope you like it. Bouzy B slap. Just saying. I pulled an all-nighter. I'm excited to see it. Right after this, I'm going to go see it. I might be a little late to Eric's stream because I know you, Jameson. I know you. I've seen you around. I know you know your shit, so isn't what he's posting about Ron defamation also? Yeah. But again, it doesn't let me not say what I want to say, but you can tell when someone is running from process and supposedly has a $16 million company and the person's hiding in their house behind a door, afraid for process service, let you know that person, it may not be who they are pretending to be. Marley,
they're hiding from a process server. Yes, Amber's firm hired Bouzy to relegate the Twitter streets towards anyone who believes Amber's a liar. Yeah, we like to agree to disagree over here as well. The Umbrella Guy, that's another big channel as well, who's been covering this. And LawTube have brought this to everyone's attention. I know Umbrella Guy has been pretty big about this. This goes deeper than just defamation of Nate. The guy has had small creator channel taken down. Are you serious? Yeah. Well, I mean, if he blocked me, shoot. Mr. Bouzy, please. We're just a little channel over here. You let us be and give commentary. We're not defaming anyone. We're just giving commentary. Isn't that how mature adults are supposed to act? Have discussions, agree, disagree. Sloth, in a perfect YouTube world, yes. However, this is not the perfect YouTube world. This is YouTube. And that's why we can't do that. 40 in the house, 27. Yeah, you guys are watching and you're not hitting the like, please do me a favor and hit the like. Don't be a hater now.
Marlette, thank you for becoming a member. This is awesome. And the last super chat before we get to read this thing, I just clowned Nate. It is fun. I just clowned Nate. It is fun. Jameson. Jameson's a long time sub. Jameson is always here. Thank you, Jameson. I love you, Jameson. So let's get into the cease and desist. All right, here we go. I've teased it for like the past 10 minutes. So this is from the Dylon Law Group. Now, this is actually one of the more famous law groups here in the city. They have lawyers who do New Jersey and New York. So this is from Ron, sent yesterday. Now, what we wanted to send it out to him last night, make sure he got it. And one of the big issues that Bouzy kept saying early on is that, hey, they sent it to an old address. But Bouzy, I don't know, this guy's like such a dummy. When you look up Bot Sentinel, right, in the state's website, we use that address to send him the documents, right? He has documents to Bot Sentinel because we intend to possibly sue Bot Sentinel and Chris Bouzy together. But since Bot Sentinel is incorporated, we sent it to them and their registered agent. So that address on the state's website for Bot Sentinel, we sent it there. But then we also said what we know based on the other lawsuit he's in, the one that they just tried to serve him and he was running around the house. We know that that's probably where he's at. So let's send it to there also, right? Private address, business address. So this fool gets the one that's sent to the business address, the one that's listed on the state's website, and he says, oh, I don't live here. I don't, essentially admitting the address is false. But he couldn't claim he didn't get the letter. So that is kind of the stuff that you got to go through with this guy. Yes, we sent letters to both those addresses. That just makes sense. One for the corporate address, one for the personal address. Duh, Bouzy. So that was one of the issues that he said with the thing, which was hilarious. It was like, didn't he know that we sent it multiple places? But again, glad he got it. $10 from Kyle. What makes you stay?
Yes, don't come for us. Bouzy, we ain't got it. We ain't got it. Just like Tasha K said. Thank you very much. Yeah. So, Wicked Crafter, seriously, it is a ridiculous argument. It's ridiculous. The party affiliation shouldn't matter in this, but this man is pulling strings just about anywhere. I don't know. I don't think I'd be in his radar. I mean, I don't know, man. We ain't got it. Don't take us down. I'm just a little rabbit over here, and we have a baby bunny, and we ain't got it. That's kind of where I'm at. Oh, Pumpkin, I hope so too. We'll see. I mean, I know the man's pretty busy, but I know he's pretty like down to earth with a lot of YouTubers, so I appreciate. It's always kind of nice when you have those like YouTube channels that do get back to you, which is great because you can collab and talk and ask questions.
You stand out from the average body supporter is that you're intellectually honest. You can converse without hating people you disagree with. Oh yeah, boozy bucks.
Yes, yes.
Here are some boozy bucks. Even though we disagree sometimes, we are content enjoyers. Get that boozy money. Thank you, Tracy, for becoming a member. Nate, if Bot Sentinel is part of the state, is the algorithm not the property of the estate as well? This means Bouzy does not own the property. Interesting. I don't know. Listen, I'll let the intellectual property lawyers deal with that. So let's get to this. But I'll think about that. That's an interesting way you put it. All right, so here it is. Dear Mr. Bouzy, we represent Nathaniel James Brody Esquire, who owns the YouTube channel Nate the Lawyer. We write regarding certain false and defamatory statements made by you concerning Mr. Brody on Twitter beginning on September 19, 2021, and demanding that you delete, or if already deleted, retract the statements made in those tweets. Your failure to do so will result in legal action. So it just kind of puts right at the beginning, right? Just like, hey, this is what it's all about. This is what we're talking about. We're not trying to bullshit. Let's just keep it short, simple, and to the point, right? You've made some statements, clearly false, clearly defamatory. Let's just get into it, right? Beginning on that date and continuing until present, you have falsely claimed on Twitter that Mr. Brody has lied about his credentials, right? I wasn't a lawyer. My professional experience, since I wasn't a lawyer, I couldn't have done all the stuff that I said I had done. Media attention. Remember, I was in the New York Times, I was in Forbes, I was in all these magazines. He said I was lying about that, and none of that was actually true, which it was, and other matters affecting his personal and professional reputation. Because don't forget, that's what we're talking about, personal and professional reputational harm, right? And saying I'm lying about my credentials, professional experience, media attention, and all the things that kind of make me on the platforms, that's harming my professional. That's harming my professional goals here on YouTube. My professional reputation. You have also falsely stated that Mr. Brody has engaged in criminal conduct and stated or implied that he is currently engaged in criminal or fraudulent conduct. In addition to demanding deletion or retraction of these public statements, we write to place you on clear notice of the truth concerning these matters, with the caveat that our immediate concern is the most serious and harmful of the defamatory statements, and the failure to include any others is in no way an admission of their truth. So it lets us know that, hey, we have all of this stuff going on. You've made some clearly defamatory statements. It's been a campaign of harassment. And again, that's what we're trying to say. Campaign of harassment. Here are the false statements. Here's everything right? Here it is. Let's just get into it. So first,
can you guys imagine, you go to law school, you graduate, you become a practicing attorney, to have somebody that make these allegations and accusations about you on a huge public platform, right? And then just to kind of keep it that way and keep it going, like, and I mean, I would imagine like the hardship. Of course, this is costing money. This is his name, and Nate should defend himself. And I mean, bring the fucking guns, bring everything over, to do so. Period. I mean, I'm glad that he's doing this, and I'm glad that he's laying this out on the CND. And I mean, it would be great for an apology, not only that, a redaction and deletion and admission of all this fucking wrongdoing. Period.
First, we start with the first, clearly, easily defamatory statement, defamatory per se, false statement about me and my career. Mr. Brody is not a lawyer. Mr. Brody is a licensed attorney in the state of New York and has been since 2016. Notwithstanding this readily ascertainable fact, on September 17th, 2022, you published 3 tweets stating or clearly implying that Mr. Brody is not a lawyer. You repeated this claim in a tweet dated September 18th, 2022. Then it goes on to say, you have evidently deleted these tweets, of which we have screenshots. We have the screenshots, baby. But instead of claiming you made an error, which would be a retraction, hey, I made a mistake, he is a lawyer. On September 18th, you published another tweet in which you admitted. Now, this is important, people, because in any defamation case, it's important if you can get the person admitting, right? Admitting that they lied about the defamation, right? And they knew that they were lying. So it's the bomb, right? It's the bomb when I can say you lied and said this, and you also knew that it was false. That's what gives you better defamation. That's what gets you over the hump. So in September 28, 2022, you published another tweet which you admitted that you were aware of the truth when you made the false and defamatory claims that Mr. Brody was not really a lawyer, but willfully published these false claims anyway. A true copy of the September 18th post tweet, still online at blah, 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 set out below. So this.
Wow. So then the tweet reads, let me read it real quick. Or you are just unable to read in between the lines. I already had the information and was waiting for someone else to tweet it, so I would be accused of doxing. Reread the thread slowly. Americans don't spell practicing with an S. It's interesting. There is no history of him practicing anywhere. Okay, so that was in reference to Nate the lawyer. Maybe the name he is using isn't, and let me see.
So this is what he said. Now people were saying, hey, you're so dumb. Maybe maybe the name he's using isn't his real name. So he underlines this. And then he writes, or you are just unable to read between the lines. Read between the lines. I already had the information and was just waiting for someone else to tweet it so I wouldn't be accused of doxing. Reread the thread slowly. Bingo, right? That's a bingo. That's a bingo. He's admitting, I knew what I was saying was lies. I knew it. Bouzy says I knew it. He knows they were lies. He already knew the information. But he's also admitted a couple other things here. That he was trying to get other people to dox me. Think about that, people. You can't do that on Twitter, right? This is against Twitter's rules. You can't encourage other people to dox someone, but that's what he's admitting to here, right? That is what he's admitting to here. Again, so here we have a clearly false statement offered for the right. We have a clearly false statement about me published to everyone else, and he could have at first said, hey, I didn't know, but now we know he actually did know and said it anyway.
What an idiot. Did he really? Wow. Okay. So then he dirty deletes the tweet. It isn't Bot Sentinel like the main client. Their clients are Twitters, right? Like the whole Twitter platform. That's where he gets his things. And why the hell is he doing this shit on Twitter? What are you doing? I don't get it.
because he wanted other people to dox me. Give me some water. So that's a bingo, right? Easy enough. Now, I would suspect if he was smart, but I don't believe he's that intelligent. So here we go. Next. These claims are false and defamatory. You must delete or retract them. But again, today, as you guys know of today, he said he's not deleting or doing anything, and he's just ignoring the cease and desist. But that's a good thing. That's a good thing for our claims moving forward. That's not a bad thing. So if people wanted to move forward, this is a good thing that he's not retracting anything. It's a bad thing if he starts retracting if he retracts everything, it's like, oh my God, we don't really have anything anymore. But the fact that he's going to put it up there and he's doubled down on it, this is beautiful, because now we can just move on to the next step. Number 2, claims that Mr. Brody engaged in misconduct as law enforcement officer. Now, you made other false and defamatory tweets on Twitter specifically claiming that, 1, Mr. Brody was never a prosecutor. That, again, was a lie. And it was a lie that, remember, he already knew my background. Remember, he already knew the truth. But he said this anyway. Remember, he said, hey, I already knew. I just was saying this because I wanted some of the people to dox. So again, he knew that number 1 was already true. Number 2, that as a university police officer for the city of New York, Mr. Brody planted evidence. 921. He also said that Mr. Brody falsified evidence relating to criminal suspects. 922. And then he said Mr. Brody is stealing money donated for legal fees.
Wait a minute. Is that Nate the lawyer? Oh my God. I got baby bunny here in my arms. Oh my God. Thank you for the super. I'm fanning. Let me stop. This is so exciting. Oh my God. Thank you for the super sticker. Oh, wow. You got everybody in the chat calling you out, Nate. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for allowing me to use this. Fair use, obviously, providing commentary. We're just talking a little bit about what's going on with the cease and desist letter, excuse me. Boozy Bucks. Thank you. Yeah, we'll call this little super chat Boozy Bucks. Yes. We love you over here. Thank you, Nate. Oh my God. Oh, wow. Thank you, man. You really surprised me. Jesus, I'm over here, reading into this little website. By the way, I've been blocked. A lot of us have been blocked by the Bouzy train. So I didn't even know I was blocked until somebody said you're going to get blocked. And sure as hell, I got blocked. Well, it is what it is. Thank you, Nate. Appreciate you.
Fees in connection with this matter, as he stated on 923. So now he has me embezzling funds from the legal fund that we raised. He's got me planting evidence. He's got me falsifying evidence, and he has me never being a prosecutor. All are false, right? All of these are false. Number 4 is obviously false because I'm showing receipts for everything I spend, and the money is still there. I didn't put it in my pocket. I didn't just take $33,000 put in my pocket. It's still there. So I don't know what you guys are seeing everything. So for him to just, but again, this is just something he just wants to saying these things, I think he's trying to win the public relations campaign, but forgetting you have to walk a fine line because you can't just be throwing out wild accusations. Saying I'm embezzling funds, that's defamatory.
Absolutely, especially for an attorney. Like, that is freaking defamatory. But not only that, it kind of makes you wonder to say all these things, right? And he's research firm company to try to sway the public, and they're over here, according to Bouzy, fighting the good fight, right, Mama? You got something to say? What do you want to say about this situation? What team are you on, Bouzy or Nate the lawyer? Tell me. Tell the people. She's very quiet now. Everybody's on the chat, but it kind of makes you wonder, I feel like such firms that dedicate themselves to quote unquote, to help with misinformation probably do more harm than good, right? I don't know. To say some shit like that about people. Here's an attorney. He's worked his, life doing this law stuff. He comes to YouTube. Very nice, approachable person. An email couldn't suffice if you didn't like somebody. I don't know.
That's defamatory. And I can prove that's not true. All the funds are still there. except for the $6,000 that I showed receipts exactly how I spent it. Here's for this. Here's the retainer. Here's this. Here's that. Here's that. Right? But everything else is still there. But so I don't think he understands. Now, even being careful, you should just know that some of these are, it's just obvious, right? It's obvious, and there's definitely defamatory statements already in here. But now, let's move on. Each of these statements is false and harmful to our client, hence defamatory. You must delete them or appropriate by October 3rd, 2022, or face legal action. Your claim that Mr. Bouzy planted evidence was presumably based on your understanding of tongue-in-cheek comments made by Mr. Bouzy in a December 12th, 2020 Nate the Lawyer live stream found at blah, blah, blah. So this is where the live stream is found. You are advised that to the extent you understood Mr. Bouzy to be admitting to felonies and planting and falsifying evidence to be an actual admission of unlawful conduct by him, that understanding is manifestly incorrect. Now, the interesting part about this is that whenever you have something like a misspeak or something where people can interpret things multiple different ways, the most important thing about it is that, okay, it's up to you to now put the evidence forward. Like, how could you verify if this is true or not, right? How do most people verify if this is true or not? So it's extremely hard to verify. It's extremely hard to prove something didn't happen, right? And that's why generally in criminal law, you have to prove that it did happen. It's on the government to prove you're guilty. It's not on you to prove that you're innocent. But here, it's kind of reversed, where you kind of have to prove something didn't happen. So what you do is that you say, okay, well, what are all the ways that we can prove this didn't happen, right? What are all the ways we can show that this didn't happen factually? And then if you were able to show that and say, well, here's all the ways we can prove this didn't happen. And if someone then goes and says, okay, well, I still believe it happened, then it's reversed on. Now it's on you. Now it's on you to prove that it did happen because we have all of this proof that. So here is the ways that you can verify if this actually happened or not. And let me read it from the letter. So it says, in fact, no civilian complaint or accusations have ever been lodged against Mr. Bouzy for any infraction. So
let's find out how many felonies, right, Nate the Lawyer has, basically, right? Like, I just found that to be very interesting, the explaining of that and the breakdown. I mean, it just sounds so exhausting in general of like trying to figure out, all right, did this happen? Did it not happen? It's not on, I mean, damn, like the defamation, the accusations that were made against Nate are pretty big, right? To just kind of throw that out there. It's ridiculous. So I appreciate the breakdown that he's doing here.
So in my 10-year law enforcement career, never had any infraction, 10 years, right? Civilian complaint. Now, that's what generally happens. If you have a law enforcement who arrests someone and they're, you'll see it all the time. The cop planted that on me. The cop did this, right? They complain easily, 110%. You're going to get civilian complaints about planting evidence. Even if you find drugs on some people, they'll say that you planted it anyway. I've never had one of those in 10 years. Now, it's pretty remarkable, but I just haven't. And I've made many, many arrests, drug suspects and everything. Not one has ever complained that I treated them poorly or that I planted anything on them. Not one. And that's what this letter's saying. So all of the suspects, all of those years, no one ever complained. No one's even accused, right? No one's ever been accused, including mishandling evidence in connection with any arrest in his 10-year law enforcement career. Again, another fact, 10 years, no complaints, no accusations, no nothing, right? During which time there was never during which time he was also never written up. This is a departmental infraction for any misconduct whatsoever. So any way that you can prove this didn't happen, right? All the ways you can document and say this didn't happen. This is the way, right? There would be something here, right? If this was happening on a regular, this is something here. But there's absolutely nothing. So
he's bringing all of his employment records to this lawsuit. Everything, infractions, everything. Go for it, man. You got to do what you got to do.
Now we've put him on notice that, yes, this absolutely didn't happen. Here are all the resources you can search to see if it didn't happen. And now we move on, right? Now you can retract the statement and say, hey, this didn't happen. But if you're making a statement that it is true that I did something. Now it's on you to prove it. And that, I think, is the problem that Bouzy doesn't understand. That's the thing that I think Bouzy doesn't understand. So also, I must mention, some people are confused about deleting and deleting tweets. Just because you delete something doesn't mean it goes away from defamation, right?
Yeah, I think a public apology would be important. Whatever Mr. Nate wants at this point, like it would make sense. People think that just because you remove something, it didn't happen. Yo, like, what is this thing that we say here on YouTube? You duck too slow, right? Like you duck way too slow. That's something that we talked about. Like just one screenshot and how quickly it is to screenshot things is it's crazy. Like I don't get it. So why delete it? If you said it, stand on it, right? I mean, it happens.
Let's let me explain it this way. So let's imagine a world before the internet, right? Before the internet. Speaker goes on stage and says, that guy, John Smith, is a murderer. And I know it for a fact. This guy's a murderer. And you call him the worst things ever, right? He only said it once. Walks off stage. He now can be sued by John Smith for defamation, right? He said it right in front of everybody. It's hundreds of witnesses. And then he'll say, well, hold on. I said it once, but it's deleted, right? I didn't say it again. It's deleted. No. You only have to say it one time for it to be that. So even if he says it and then deletes it, deleting it doesn't save you from it. What does save you in some states is a retraction. So Bouzy just doesn't understand. Yes, if you make defamatory statements and just delete them, that doesn't make them go away. Bouzy, that doesn't make them go away. They're still defamatory statements.
Oh my god, I think you're in his last nerve. Just saying, Nate. I think you're in Boozy's last nerve. You're right. Shout out to Danny Robertson. That is she's the one that said, "Oops, you ducked too slow." She's the one that definitely has carried on that. Shout out to Danny Robertson for that. Thank you. Flavor the Donut Girl. Somebody needs to send, I mean, seriously, if you're going to run some type of fundraising here, this man literally had the receipts, the breakdown. He's telling us what he's going to do with this money. He's going to let us know how the situation works, right, Mama? He's breaking it down. This woman needs to learn how to do it, period.
Okay. Let's get back to the cease and desist. All right. So, being properly apprised of these facts, make sure I have the right screen up. Yep. Being properly advised of these facts, you are now legally obligated to retract your statements claiming the contrary by the date stated above to avoid further action. Now, we move on to Bot Sentinel. Now, with Bot Sentinel, I think it's going to be interesting, Bot Sentinel, and I'll tell you why. Bot Sentinel is on a campaign to destroy my online reputation. And how are they doing that? Now, by arbitrarily labeling my account as problematic and telling people not to engage in my account for these reasons. So by doing so, it is hurting my online business. And Bot Sentinel knows that it's doing that. So how do I know Bot Sentinel's, how can I allege that Bot Sentinel's program is arbitrary and capricious and doesn't do what it says it does? That's what we're alleging. Well, here it is. Let me show you guys. Let me show you. This is why we don't believe Bot Sentinel knows what it's doing. So first, this is Bot Sentinel's workup. It says researchers really agree with activities, but I'm going to the second sentence. Instead of creating a model based on our interpretation of an inauthentic account or toxic troll, we use Twitter rules to guide selecting Twitter accounts to train our model. We searched accounts that were repeatedly violating Twitter rules, and we trained our model to classify accounts similar to accounts we identified as problematic. Now, he goes on with
Nate is literally reading the website Bot Sentinel. If you go to the About Me page, it has it. So the first paragraph, I was skimming through and reading a little bit about who they are. Bot Sentinel is a nonpartisan, isn't it? I just find this word to be interesting to use. A nonpartisan platform. We track all accounts. Like that sentence right there kind of throws me off a little bit. A nonpartisan platform, and we track all accounts. It's just weird. But yeah, he's reading straight off of the About Me page.
With this, to say up here, we train Bot Sentinel right above the machine learning model. We train Bot Sentinel to classify Twitter accounts using thousands of accounts and millions of tweets from our machine learning model. That's the system can correctly classify accounts with an accuracy of 95%. So he's saying that his system has a 95% accuracy rate. Unlike other machine learning tools designed to detect bots, we are focusing on specific behaviors and activities deemed inappropriate by Twitter rules. So he's saying, well, everybody's talking about bots, but we're just looking at activities deemed inappropriate by Twitter rules. And we analyze hundreds of tweets. We analyze hundreds of tweets to accurately classify each Twitter account and provide an easy to understand report. So that's what he's saying, right? He's like, we're looking to see who's violating Twitter's rules. So you know what we did? We said, okay, well, let's see if we can verify that he's, that it can do what it does. Let's verify that it can do what it does. So here it is. So here is his tweet against me, right? That my account was 51%, problematic 51%. Right. This is what he said. Twitter has harassment. The Bot Sentinel rate is definitely accurate. Whoopsie doodle. Whoopsie doodle. Whoopsie doodle. Right. Bot Sentinel is accurate. Right. Again, letting us all know Bot Sentinel is accurate. Great. Right. So now, people, what do you think we should do? Well, if Bot Sentinel is accurate, let's see some other accounts. Right. Some other accounts. And let's try to figure out if Bot Sentinel does what it says it does. Now, we could just pick random accounts, like we could pick bots. We can just pick anything. So what we did was we said, let's look at the most vile, vicious, horrible accounts on Twitter. Accounts that say the most craziest, insane things on Twitter, right? Let's look at those accounts and see. And these accounts are actively violating. I want to make it very clear, actively violating Twitter's rules as of right now. You can see it right from the tweets. Matter of fact, these tweets are so bad that I had to sanitize them and show them to you on YouTube. Let me show you these tweets.
Oh Lord, I'm scared.
First.
Oh Jesus.
This person says, I hate the N-word. Right? Obviously a clear violation. The hard ER. This is hate speech, right? Hate speech. Boom. Account got a 16%. Normal. That account is literally breaking Twitter's rules. You say, well, what about this one? This one admits freely, just because I say the hard N word, the hard F word, the hard T word over 100 times a day, they're not bad. This is September 26th, right? They're not a bad person. Well, what's their rating? They're satisfactory. Or if your account tweets out these words, you're violating Twitter's terms of service, obviously.
What?
Satisfactory.
How?
Those words I don't tweet out. Mine is disruptive. This is satisfactory.
Wow.
Let's go on. We said, okay, well, let's just get all these accounts. Look at this account. I hate blah, blah, blah. This one says it twice, right? Here we go. All those accounts. Good. This one's a normal account. Remember, all these accounts are the I hate N-word accounts. Normal account again. This one, meme archive. I said, okay, let's look at the F word, the other F word. Stop being a blank. Thank you. This is the bad word if you're part of the LGBTQ community. That starts with the F. What's the rating? 7.
What? Oh my God.
This is a violation of Twitter's rules.
But it's normal.
Non-problematic account.
my God. Hold up. We're laughing at the same time.
And we got more.
No, you
Okay,
don't.
what about this one? This one says at the top, Tom flies when you're a F word, right? Now he's using the derogatory F word for the LGBTQ plus community in response to this person coming out and saying, I'm gay. My dad.
Okay. This is correct. Well, I mean, clearly their Bot Sentinel system is a little faulty, right? Because it's not working. Remember, it said that sentence that threw me off. Bot Sentinel is a nonpartisan platform. We track all accounts. In my head, I'm like, how are you like, why is that even a factor? And or are they using the word correctly in that sentence? I don't know. Yes, welcome KB Chef to the channel. We were just giving commentary. Shout out to Nate the lawyer. Shout out to while we were live, we were blocked by the Bouzy ban. They blocked us. I think that they're looking at anybody on YouTube that's making content off of this, and you will be blocked. But Nate is reviewing the CND, and then we're gonna call it a day with this. So I just wanted to kind of react, like I'm new to a lot of it that's going on. And I just found it so interesting because everybody throws lawsuits here on YouTube, and this is a real lawsuit, a real lawsuit.
Is not pleased with the fact, completely homophobic. And he says in response to this, time flies when you're an F word. So
My
raw,
goodness.
why would you be mad at dad for that? Right? Total hate speech, total violation of the rules. This account is a normal account. A 12.
Wow.
But no, you guys will say, Nate, you're wrong. What about this one? Holocaust deniers. Disinformation, right? This guy denies the Holocaust. He puts it there. Did not happen. Did not effing happen. Clearly misinformation. Clearly disinformation, right? No doubt about it.
A 5%?
He's got a normal rating.
What?
He's got a normal rating. Okay.
What?
Okay.
Do you see that, Mama?
Okay.
What?
Another normal rating.
Oh my God.
A Holocaust denier. Spreading disinformation on Twitter. His rating is normal. Okay. What about these guys? This guy, celebrities are the P word. They take blank first to save themselves. Blank the blanks. Those are the two F-bombs, right? Blank the blanks. This one also says blank the blanks. This one also says blank the blanks. So we're searching these, right? Kevin Ramirez, these are clear violation of Twitter's rules again. Clear violations of Twitter's rules. You see it, right? You can go probably check these tweets out. Clear violations, right? You can't tweet this out. Somebody reports the tweet, you're gone. Count satisfactory. Matter of fact, this other account was tweeting these words so much that I couldn't even keep up.
Oh my God.
So I said, what the hell does Bouzy say about that account? Satisfactory. Another satisfactory account. These accounts are satisfactory.
Oh my gosh.
But mine's problematic. Okay.
It's the fact that he keeps going and going. Like Nate's just like throwing it. Like, look, how are you calling me this? How are you saying that I'm doing this? And here your little janky ass grading system that doesn't work. What are the measures of this? Who are these robots? Like, what are you talking about? This is crazy. I didn't know about the ratings. I didn't know. How are you going to label Nate the lawyer problematic or try to run that narrative? But then you have all these other ones that you're rating and they don't even make it as problematic and or banned. They're normal. How? Are these just like the percentage of them that kind of fly through the radar and don't quite make it in there? That makes sense.
Okay. All right. What's going on? And this is, again, this is what they say. This is a 95% accuracy rating. Here's another one. This person just puts that. F the Fs. Satisfactory again. Satisfactory. And we got more. And we got more. It goes on and on and on. It's insane how much it goes on. So What can you do? What can you do? It's insane. It's totally, totally insane. So at this point, it's kind of like, how the hell are you coming up? Oh yeah, I did miss a redaction, but it's crazy because it's kind of like, how the hell, how the hell is he coming to these conclusions? All these accounts who are saying the most vile things, who are literally violating Twitter's rules right now as we speak.
The sad part of the situation is that could really destroy a man's reputation, right? Like if you, or anybody's reputation, it can destroy somebody's reputation. I mean, I don't understand, like, why would that even be allowed, especially if this, Bot Sentinel is supposed to help the internet community. Somebody in the chat, bootleg bougie. Bootleg bougie. Bootleg boozy. Who coined that? Lady Webs. The new name is bootleg bougie. There you go. Bootleg bougie. Period. Oh my god. You guys are messy.
Oh good. Oh good. Oh good. Who knows? Who knows? But that is why now Bot Sentinel, you got a problem with you, Bot Sentinel, because it seems like the stuff you're putting out is defamatory and it's bullshit. That's what it seems like you're putting out. And it seems like when we've checked it against the accounts that we've checked it against, you, unfortunately, we need you to explain why you're telling people the accounts that are saying F the blanks and F the Fs and all this F the Ns and all this stuff are good, while my account that's never said anything like that, anything close to it, is problematic. We need to know why. We need to know why. To the extent, so this is us about Bot Sentinel now. To the extent you have used the Twitter account for your company Bot Sentinel or other social media resources, including any sock puppet, I like sock puppet, or fake accounts to make or amplify these related false and defamatory statements about Mr. Brody, these must be deleted or retracted, or when appropriate, both by the October 3rd deadline as well. This includes an email sent by Bot Sentinel on Friday, September 23rd, a copy of which we have obtained, claiming that Nathaniel Brody has violated YouTube policies. So now he's telling people I violated YouTube's policies, right?
Lord, he's trying to destroy you. That's what he's trying to do.
He's now claiming that I violated YouTube's policies. Again, hurting my business, right? That's Bot Sentinel hurting my business. Including by publishing harmful content targeting women and marginalized communities. He's saying my content violates YouTube because I'm harmful content targeting women and marginalized communities.
Oh my gosh.
Now, these claims are factually false, right? I've never violated any YouTube's policies regarding hate speech or anything. It says Mr. Brody has never violated YouTube's policies, nor received any notification that his content does so, nor does he engage in such targeting, right? Clear. This demand also includes Bot Sentinel's quote-unquote report and the accuracy of that report, right? Of the same day, claiming Mr. Brody's Twitter account was disruptive and that people engaging with his account are at some kind of risk, a false claim. A screenshot of the tweet by you crowing about this presumably rigged report is shown at right as figure 2. And that's the tweet I showed you before. All the foregoing false and defamatory statements made by you or Bot Sentinel, whether published through your or Bot Sentinel's known or official social media or email accounts or any other accounts, channel, or mode of communication, must be deleted or retracted, or both, no later than October 3rd, and the evidence of same provided to this office no later than October 5th. Failing the same, You and Bot Sentinel and any person working in concert with you and publishing and promoting false and defamatory statements about Mr. Brody will be subject to legal action to vindicate Mr. Brody's reputation and his legal rights. Our client reserves all his rights in connection with the foregoing. Signed, Ron D. Goldman. So that is it. That is it. So we've put him on absolute notice on the defamatory statements.
No. He put him on check with that. Like, that is quite the cease and desist letter, right, Mama? I mean, it's a huge. I'm like, oh my God, it's a lot of information. Thank you. Absolutely. Bouzy. Bootleg Bouzy. What the hell? Y'all are messy.
What happened?
Wow.
What we believe he needs to do to change it.
Wow.
And to move things forward.
Yep.
Now, with that said, we are moving forward with exactly what we said we were going to do.
Good.
Let me see. Oh, 1 second. All right. Sorry.
Let me pull up the GoFundMe.
There it is.
Real quick. So you guys.
So that is
yes,
the cease and
Mommy.
desist. That is what we did. We let him know these are false statements. And it's interesting because you kind of pray, like, I hope he says the false statements again. I hope he doesn't retract. And, if he goes out there and says them again, then you obviously got him right, because now there's no possible way he cannot know the statements are false, right? The statements that he made are false. And we've already shown that he already knew they were false when he said them, but now he knows again. And he's been on point again. So that's why it's so great when he says, I have got the letter and I'm not going to do anything because this. Perfect. That's exactly what we want to hear. Exactly what we want to hear. So now moving forward. Now also too, part of this is also we are going to be showing you the same stuff that I've been talking about. Bot Sentinels, we're peeling back the layers. And now we are more than confident. Thank you for all of the experts, the machine learning experts, the PhDs. We got so many people contacting us saying that this is already that are helping us prove Bot Sentinel isn't what it says it is. And we feel confident that based on just the preliminary research of looking at troll accounts and accounts that are actually violating Twitter's rules that have been seen to be perfect on his system, and the accounts that aren't violating Twitter's rules are being disruptive, it seems like the thing is doing the exact opposite. But we believe that it's targeting people that he politically doesn't like. Can we prove it? Well, that's what the case is going to be about. So that's now you guys are up and know exactly what is up, exactly what we're doing, and exactly how we're moving forward. Let me get these super chats. With your won't stop attitude, you should be working on true crime cold cases. Boozy Bucks. Thank you. Can't stop, won't stop. Bad boy for life. Randy Johnson became a new member. Thank you, Randy. What I like about you and your audience, I have never seen anyone here talk about those they disagree with as if they're on the same, as if they're some personal enemy. You rock. Yeah, no, we love disagreeing here, because you know what? It's we can do. I think that's the problem now, is that now when you disagree with somebody, they try to make you seem like a bad person instead of trying to understand why we have the disagreement. They just see you're a bad person and try to throw you away.
See, I love that.
Try to kind of overcome that, right? Here's the evidence. How does everybody feel about it? Your point and your points, your opinion is just as valid as my opinion. But as long as they're informed opinions, then we can talk. If they're not informed opinions, then we have an issue. So yeah. Here we go. Super chat. Boozy Bucks. Thank you, Nate. I hope your work is.
All right, guys. So that's basically the CND. What do you guys think? I definitely appreciate him saying that, this is going to be a long process, number one, right? Like, we probably won't get as many updates because lawsuits are very long. I appreciate his stance of like, we should be able to have conversations. And I've said it here before, right, Mommy? Where we should be able to have conversations in which we don't agree, to disagree. Like, we have to be able to coexist that way. We don't know how to do that very well here. We tend to just kind of put each other down. Thank you. Oh, welcome, Saname. Thank you. Listen, that C&D was like, it's up and it's stuck, as they say. When that C&D was everything. And the way he broke it down and how he explained it, and even his example of, look at the percentages of Bot Sentinel. This is like ridiculous. You know, how they've measured what's normal, what's satisfactory as it pertains to an account. And are they a client? Is their client from Twitter, or do they just kind of work for Twitter, or what? Because it's ridiculous. They're trying to destroy this man's life. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to ruin his reputation, his career. Absolutely. Nate the Lawyer is amazing. You guys go support him. I was trying to find the link to the GoFundMe, or it's not a GoFundMe. I think it's a different website where they're raising money for the lawsuit. If I find it, I'm going to put it in the description box. I had it before and I don't know where it went. If anybody finds it, please let me know and drop it in the chat. This is going to be kind of interesting. It's going to be developing. I'm curious to know what this will look like. You know, Nick the Lawyer covers a lot of different things. I think one of the things that stood out to me was when I was covering the Cardi B and Tasha K. He also gave commentary to that. Shout out to him, and thank you, Nate, for your super chat and sticker. And stopping by, of course, and thank you for everything that you do on YouTube. All right, guys, I have to head out because Baby Bunny is bugging, right, Mama? Are you bugging? You guys know she's the CEO of the channel. She is the boss, and this is just how it goes with her. She names the rules and does everything here, right, Mommy? Right? She's shaking her head yes, even though you guys can't see her. All right, guys, I have to head out. Thank you so much for watching, and I am out. Where's my exit door? Should be here. Bye, guys.